Tech Talk Alert. After our latest digital life hack, you're going to hear one of my weekend show's best calls. You don't want to miss it. If you're a proud parent, you probably shared photos of your kids smiling on social media. You need to stop that right now. I'm Kim Commando for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Accelerate your AI workload today. Take a free test drive at oracle.com/Kim. Every time you post a pic of your child's face on social media, you increase the chances that you just hurt your child. Here's how. AI makes it way too easy to use your child's face on deepfake kiddie porn pictures and videos. It literally takes only a few seconds to swap out someone's face for another one or put a face on another person's body, real or fake. Today, remove any pictures of your children's faces on social. And if you do post pics, I want you to put an emoji over your kid's face or blur it. It's easy to do. Most smartphones have built-in photo editing tools. Find the tool called Blur, Mosaic, or something similar, or select the sticker option to cover the face with an emoji. Next, tell everyone in your family this is the new rule. Enter to win an iPhone 15 at winfromkim.com. Now, check out this amazing call from the show. It's a real gem. Brad in San Antonio, Texas. Hi there, Brad.
Hello, Kim. How are you today?
Fantastic. Thanks for your call today. Happy to hear from you.
Well, just let you know that I'm a longtime listener, and I always take one or two things from every show that I hear on the weekends, and I hope you don't mind if I steal some of your dad jokes. Is that okay?
That's fine. Okay, look, did you hear that, Michael? Did you hear it? Another person appreciates my jokes.
I know. Well,
he does.
Gotta have somebody does.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
You have to listen carefully, too, so that's a good thing.
Well, I will tell you, wait, before you go on, I'll tell you this. I got an email from a guy, and it was all in caps. Okay, all caps. So obviously, everybody knows you type in all caps, the guy's ticked off, right? And he sent me a note, and he said, I wish that you would stop that. And I wish that you would just do a straight show, because I can't tell when you're serious or not.
That's true. You do sort of have good, smooth transition into those jokes, I have to say.
Well, but if you can't figure it out, anyway. So what's going on?
Well, I just wanted to call. Probably about a month or two ago, you had a call from a gentleman who unfortunately had prostate cancer and not a very good prognosis.
Charles, yes.
And it was clear that and I certainly was touched, and it was clear that you were also. But I was also struck by the fact that he had a lot of similarities to my situation, and he wanted to leave basically a legacy for his son. And I should back up and say that I wish him the very best. I hope that his treatments go better than he thinks, and this prognosis is not.
Yeah, you never know. When my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, they gave her 3 months to live, and today, let me knock on wood. Here I go. She's cancer-free.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
So,
well, and I had stage 3 colon cancer also, and I've determined that no one gives you that time. It's beyond that, and you just have to hope for the best and do your best and get a good medical team around you. But I'm glad to hear that good news from for your mother. That's excellent.
Thank you.
But he wanted to basically put and I believe you had suggested some sort of a video record for his son in the worst case. And it would be an important thing in any event to have that record. And my situation was somewhat similar, and so maybe looking for a suggestion or two. I've used Ancestry.com and newspapers.com, as well as some public records. And what I was trying to do was to verify a family story that my grandmother's first child was stillborn. And through that technology, I was able to actually confirm it. And so,
really?
Yes, it was amazing. You're able to locate the death certificate, which said that she died of prolonged labor. So that confirmed the immediate story. And there is such detail in some of these newspaper reports that it had Mrs. Quinlan has been very ill. And it was shortly after the stillbirth.
Wait,
so
that was in the newspaper?
Yes.
Wow.
That was in the newspaper.
That's
You
cool.
would be surprised. And Mr. Ali Lawson has had a nasty hatchet attack.
I guess that was big news, right? And
That was excellent big news, and they had reports about car wrecks and that sort of thing. So it's not all very dark. But I then discovered some information about another family member, and it was a similar thing, but it had a happy ending. Very briefly, it was my great aunt. She had a 6-year-old who died of a brain tumor. About a year later, her husband died of typhoid fever. And it gets worse. She died about 3 years later of cancer.
oh my gosh.
And that left 7 orphan children. And at that point, I was just going, I don't want to know anymore
Right.
about this family.
Right.
They are so snake bit. It's not funny. And I thought, no, go to something more recent and better. So I went to my great uncle's obituary, and it had a very nice write-up for him. At the very end of it, it said, and he is survived by 2 nieces and a nephew that he raised from the time they were children.
Oh.
And I recognized the names from having seen the information on Ancestry.com. And I'm looking and I'm going, he took in 3 of those kids.
You know,
And I would bet you,
isn't that though?
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that. Isn't that just amazing that, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, none of these facts would have been accessible to you, Brad, right? I mean, you wouldn't have been able to have put all these pieces together. But now that we have these tools, you'll have to check out newspapers.com. I'm sure they charge a subscription. I would be curious. I'm going to type in my grandmother's name. I wonder if they have something there about her and starting a business, a window washing business in New York when she went through Ellis Island, didn't know any English from the Ukraine. Isn't that something? Hey, a huge thank you for streaming with me. Now, if you're puzzled about something techie, I'm your gal. Just find the Email Kim link over at komando.com and let those questions fly away. Now, every email gets my eyeballs, I promise. And keep your digital life in the know. Be sure you sign up for my free newsletter over at getkim.com.